The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. You're giving veterans a voice today. Powered by WorkSimple, where we simplify your mission.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome, Quack.
Program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
The web at mbradio.us.
Welcome to Man Talk 133, another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in this evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you may be. Thanks for tuning in to Man Talk 133, where men unite. So the topic I'm going to talk about tonight, let me start off by saying this, right? I'm not a doctor. Anything that's shared is for educational purposes only. I am not a doctor. So what I'm sharing is not, I'm not a doctor. Let me say it like that, okay? So y'all can understand right off the top, I'm not a doctor, okay? So tonight we're going to be talking about something everybody didn't experience before, and some people probably experiencing it now. It's called walking paranoia. Is it your mind, your flesh, or just spiritual warfare? It just depends on where you are, right? So, if you want a biblical base for this, the main scripture is going to be 2 Timothy 2:1-7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. So let's get right into this tonight, y'all. Okay. Now, today's discussion may challenge many of us because, you know, we experience moments of paranoia. Let me get my words right. Paranoia. Let me say this before I get started too. Hey, don't forget y'all. Check me out on all of my platforms, man. You know, I'm Us Talking Facebook, Man Talk 133 Instagram, Man Talk 133 YouTube, Man Talk 133 iHeart, Pandora, Apple, all over the place, man. Just check me out. Check out all the platforms, right? Also got a clothing line too. Is Man Talk 133 apparel company that will be up soon, so that's coming, right? So today's discussion is going to challenge most of us because everybody's experienced this at some time or another, right? Some people may think and believe everybody's against them. Some people think conversations is about them. You heard somebody over there talking. No, they talking about, I know they talking about me. I know they talking about, they got to be talking about me. I know they are talking about me, and they're probably not. Some assume every closed door is proof that someone is plotting against them. I ain't get that job because they were plotting against me. They didn't really, excuse me, they ain't really like me. That's why I ain't get that job. Not that you didn't meet the qualifications, or you weren't skilled enough at the job, or you weren't on your job long enough to get the job, but somebody plotting against you. And another side of it, others can dismiss every strange feeling when they actually may be in danger. Like, for example, you know, they feel like, hey, you know, I ain't gonna fall off this edge of this building. No, I'm good. I got it. You know, I ain't gonna. This is nothing right here. I ain't gonna fall when they're actually in danger. So tonight we're asking: when is paranoia psychological? When is it spiritual? How do we know the difference? Because misunderstanding either one can destroy relationships, careers, ministries, and even families. So, what is paranoia? All right. Paranoia is a persistent, irrational distrust or suspicion of others. Right? Let me say that again. Paranoia is a persistent or irrational distrust or suspicion of others. Examples could be, I know they're talking about me. my pastor, he secretly hate me. I know he don't really like me. I know he don't. I can just tell by the way he look at me sometimes. He don't like me. My coworkers trying to get me fired. You see him over there in that huddle? I know they gonna go tell the supervisor that I'm doing something that I ain't really doing. My friends have abandoned me. When your friends are right there the whole time, the problem is you have abandoned them. You don't even go around them like you used to, right? Sometimes those thoughts are true. Many times they are not true. You're making them up in your mind, just coming up with different things and thoughts and crazy, daisy thoughts that all these people are against you. They trying to get me fired. They trying to do X, Y, Z, blah, 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 right? So some common signs of walking paranoia are consistent suspicion. Boy, they think, yo, what's going on over there? You know, they doing something to my food over there because they had it back there for a long time. I don't think I really want this food now because they may done something to it. Reading hidden messages, overthinking conversations, having a conversation with somebody and you're overthinking it. Like, wait a minute, what they said don't make sense though. Wait a minute, no, it can't be right. The conversation and you're overthinking it, and it's not that deep. Difficulty trusting, feeling watched. You looking over. I know somebody watching me. Like, it's gotta be somebody watching me. I don't understand, but I know somebody way following. You see that car following us? Been following us for the last 2 seconds. Probably because y'all going out the parking lot and they got to go out the same way you going out. That's probably what that means, y'all. Taking everything personally. They say something and you take it personally. Boy, I ain't gonna lie to you. Or girl, I ain't gonna lie to you. Your big head can eat. Hold it, wait a minute. Why you got to talk about my head size? Or something as simple as that. Believing innocent events are attacks. Somebody say something that's innocent, like, hey, man, you got your shoes dirty. You got a little dirt, your shoes dirty. And you may have a little piece of dirt on the side. You thinking they talking about your shoes dirty. Like, man, I don't wear no dirty shoes. Look at me. I don't do that. Paranoia. Now, statistics say millions experience paranoid thinking at times. I know I have. I mean, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I know I have. I'm gonna get into a true story when I get to the part I need to get to. But I'm a real true life paranoid experience, right? Stress increases suspicious thinking. When people sleeping and when they stress and they thinking everybody coming out to get them. Not true. Sleep deprivation makes paranoia worse. 100%. Drug use can trigger paranoia. Now, this is a true story that when I was like 18, like I was in 1993, I think. So I had this thing, I wanted to try some marijuana, right? And I tried it. And it made me so paranoid that I couldn't even drive. I couldn't even bring myself to push the gas pedal on the thing. I was just so nervous and so fearful of what was going to happen. I was paranoid. I get home and I'm thinking, like back in the day, it used to be a show named Quantum Leap. And everybody that's older, like my age, 50 and ages like that, know what I'm talking about. What the guy used to have, like, I guess, a guardian angel with him. And he would be talking to this guy and nobody could see him but him. So I was thinking, like, I'm talking to my brother outside, him and his son. I'm thinking, what if they ain't really out here and I'm just standing here talking and everybody looking out the window wondering, what is he doing outside? Is he out there tripping? So drug use can trigger paranoia because it did it with me, for sure. Now, social isolation increases paranoia. For the people don't know what social isolation is. Social isolation is a state of complete or near lack of contact between an individual or society. Basically, they are a loner. And when you're a loner, you're out of touch with reality. So you can think things that are really not there. And that's what that social isolation piece, that's why it's good to have kids around other kids so they can understand how to socialize. Trauma often creates hypervigilance. Yeah, I can't get it out. Hypervigilance is the condition of the nervous system where the sensory information is inaccurately and rapidly filtered in an enhanced state of sensory sensitivity. Meaning that you got these lies just flooding your mind so fast, they flooding it so fast, boom, 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 and you can't keep up with them because all of them seem real, and it's just all of them probably fake. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. So, have you ever accused someone? Everybody has accused someone, and you were completely wrong. Yes, everybody has done that and been completely wrong. I know I have millions of times, right? And I apologize and got that right. If I didn't, whoever watching this show, if I accuse you of something and then apologize, I'm sorry, right? I cannot get this word out. The psychology behind paranoia. Fear rewires the brain. So fear takes your brain and changes it, and it makes you feel like everybody out to get you, or something's going to happen that's not going to happen, right? Trauma changes expectations. Past betrayal creates future suspicion. Example, someone stole from you one time when you was, 5 years old. They stole your snack out your cupboard in kindergarten. Now everybody, you 50, now everybody still look guilty. Everybody look guilty, and you just like, what? These are some things that can create hypervigilance, right? Vigilance. I think I'm saying vigilance. I think I'm saying that right, y'all. PTSD, child. We're gonna get into some of these. I'm gonna get into some before the break, but we're gonna get into the rest of it after the break, right? So, PTSD, childhood abuse, bullying, church hurt, broken trust, military experiences, violence. All of these can create hypervigilance, right? So, here's how each one can contribute. Child abuse, right? When a person who should provide safety is a source of fear, a child may learn to consistently monitor facial expressions, footsteps, tone of voice, doors opening, and changes in mood. That survival habit can continue up into adulthood. What they're thinking is, what's about to happen? They're coming in too fast. They open up the door too fast. They slammed it too fast. And then they walking down the hallway too fast. Their voice is too high or too loud or too aggressive. It just kind of do something to them. They kind of like, okay, now what's about to happen? Now I got my guard up because I already know something stupid about to happen. So I might want to put my guard up around them just in case, because I already know something might happen. Bullying, repeated humiliation, threats, rejection, or physical attacks can teach someone to scan social environments, excuse me, y'all, for danger. A laugh across the room, whispering, criticism, or someone approaching aggressively may trigger an immediate defense response. In other words, you run up on the wrong way, they may take off on you. You got to be careful because you know what trauma people experienced when they were younger, bullying or childhood abuse. Hey, look, we'll be right back after the break, y'all.
Stats tell that each day, 22 veterans commit suicide due to PTSD. These stats shook us and urged us to do our part. After hours and hours of thinking, Beekeeping for Veterans was born. Beekeeping for Veterans combines beekeeping with mindfulness meditation. Why combine them? Here's why. Beekeeping causes positive rush of adrenaline while beekeeping. You have to be calm during it. You are mindful of your movements. Each week, a veteran will receive a mindful meditation to build emotional and mental skill sets. Mindfulness is a set of 3 attentional skills that work together: concentration, sensory clarity, and equanimity, mental calmness, composure, evenness of temper. Every time mindfulness is practiced, we build these skills. Beekeeping for Veterans not only helps veterans overcome emotional trauma, but also aids our environment, as without bees, there is no food. Come forward. The people who have supported your country now need your support.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Welcome back to Man Talk 133, where men unite. Tonight we're talking about walking paranoia. Somebody is always thinking somebody trying to get them or got a plot against them, or whatever the thing is in their mind. Walking paranoia. Is it your mind, flesh, or spiritual warfare? So we've gotten into some things like before the break. So we talked a little bit about bullying. It may trigger a response that, hey, you may not want. It may cause somebody to take off on you. So the next one is church hurt. Spiritual environments can become associated with danger when someone experiences manipulation, humiliation, betrayal, abuse, rejection, or misuse of spiritual authority. These people become highly alert around leaders, religious environments, criticism, or situations that resemble what happened to them. When leaders, church hurt. I know people say, oh, church hurt. Church hurt is a real thing. People have been manipulated in church, humiliated in church, betrayed in church, abused in church, rejected in church, and people have misused their spiritual authority to have people do things that they were not supposed to do. It's a fact. Church hurt does exist. Sorry for the ones that don't think it do, but it does. Church hurt actually exists, right? But because when people get in these positions, they take advantage of people, which is absolutely wrong, right? But people, when they see this, it resembles them. It resembles of what they actually went through when they were going through this at another church or another organization or whatever, right? So not every painful church experience is traumatic enough to cause PTSD, but severe or repeated experiences can have lasting effects. Like it could be some people that have been through so much church hurt, they done left church. They're like, you know what, I'm not gonna deal with it. I just can't deal with it. I tried it, and these folk in church this is the third church that has manipulated me, betrayed me, lied to me, cheated me, all these other things. I'm done with it, right? Now, this is to my veterans and the people that are in the military right now. Military experiences, combat, incoming fire, explosions, casualties, dangerous missions, military sexual trauma, or persistent threat to a service member to maintain extraordinary situational awareness, right? Can train a service member to maintain extraordinary situational awareness. most military people that's been in some type of combat or military in general, they have a very high situational awareness. They want to know behind what's going on. A lot of them can't even sit. They have to have their back to the wall, right? Excuse me, y'all. So it's because they went what they went through. Now, that response is useful in dangerous environments, although afterwards, the nervous system may continue to treat crowds, unexpected noises, unfamiliar vehicles, people approaching from behind, and unsecured exits as potential threats. And think about it. They're sitting at they have to sit at doors all the time, or they can't be in big crowds. They see a car they don't know, they get suspicious and go to crutching, go to grabbing a thing they ain't sure. So these are some things that is walking paranoia, right? Although some of this may be true, which it is, if they've been in some type of combat or anything like that, that is exactly what they face, right? And some they ain't even been in there, just the situational awareness from the training that they went into the military, right? Violence. Experiencing or witnessing assault, shootings, domestic violence, and other serious violence can teach the brain that danger can erupt suddenly. Someone may bring listen, y'all. I'm trying to read this thing. I got my notes right here, and I'm trying to read it too fast. Let me slow down a little bit. Y'all got time. Just let me slow down a little bit, all right? Someone may begin watching people's hands, identifying exits, sitting with their back against the wall, reacting strongly to noises, or constantly checking their surroundings, going to the door, the windows, make sure ain't nobody, no strange car there before I go to bed. Ain't up again. Just looking and making sure ain't nobody out there, because they could be trying to get me because of something I did 30 years ago. I don't think they forgot. You know what I'm saying? I really don't think they forgot what I did. They may be trying to get me. I don't know. But I'm gonna keep my eye glued to this window, right? Now think about this for a second. Now you have kids that grow up in this type of environment that don't know how to process like grown people. So what they do is they take this into school, this anger, unexpressed anger into school. They don't know how to express the anger in school. So now they get into fights and they get in all these different things because they grew up in these environments. Now think about a grown person. Listen to what I said. A grown person that has witnessed assaults, shootings, domestic violence, and other serious violence can teach the brain that danger can erupt suddenly. Now, just imagine a kid. If you got a teacher that's being loud and aggressive, right? You're going to get out of my classroom. They're watching hands. They react strongly to, hey, you're doing too much moving with your hands. Like, I need you to chill out with that. Now, just imagine grown folk. Now you got a little child, little kids that go through this every single day. And they don't have the resources to therapy or counseling or anything like that because of where they are in the area that they stay in. Their parents just may not be able to afford it. So when kids are acting like that, you just got to be mindful that you got to look at where they come from. They may be without a dad or a mom or whatever, maybe staying with grandma, maybe in a bad neighborhood, maybe in a gang-infested neighborhood, or maybe in an abusive household. So these are things you got to check. Because they are walking in paranoia. They are paranoid of what may can happen, right? Now, the common denominator, your brain learn from danger. Okay. A useful way to understand this process is traumatic experience, threat detected, survival response activated, brain remembers the danger, similar situations trigger the alarm, repeated activation reinforces hypervigilance, right? So let me read that again. Traumatic experience, threat detected, survival response activated. They're gonna do what they gotta do, whether they gotta shoot their way out or fight their way out. The brain remembers the danger of what happened when it was younger. Similar situations trigger that alarm. Repeated activation reinforces hypervigilance, right? Now, the brain's threat detection systems can be more reactive, while the body activates the sympathetic fight or flight response more readily. Stress hormones, heart rate, muscle tension, attention, and sensory awareness can all increase. They said, like, for example, they heard some gunshot. First thing they do, they fight or flight. The heart rate go up, the muscles tense up. Think about that. All these things increase because they're walking in paranoia. Somebody that I know may be getting shot, because last time I heard that, one of my friends got shot and killed. Right? So you never know what the thought process is. This is why hypervigilance isn't simply thinking too much. It can involve the entire body. Someone might experience constant scanning rooms, sitting near exits, stalling easy. Like you walk up, hey, jump. Oh, boy, you need to stop doing that. That's you got me with that one. Stop. Difficulty sleeping. They can't sleep at night because they got to keep checking them windows. Irritability probably comes from lack of sleep. Inability to relax because they got to keep checking them windows. Mistrust. Don't trust nobody. The last 10 people they tried to trust got over on them. Racing thoughts. They are just thinking crazy stuff all the time. You know, what if somebody come out and shoot this house up like they did the other one? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different things like that, man, that could checking locks repeatedly. I got to go make sure you just check the lock 30 minutes ago. Somebody might came behind me. Ain't nobody here but you. Are you going to keep checking the locks? Paranoia. Watching people's body language. Feeling that something bad is coming or becoming exhausted from always being on. Like, dude, think about this. Your mind is activated you're thinking all the time. You do nothing but think all the time. Think all the time, right? And your mind just processes all day long. You can't sleep. You know what I'm saying? You can't sleep. You don't trust nobody. You got these racing thoughts. You're walking through the house checking locks all the time, just checking locks all the time. That can wear a person out, completely out, right? Now, before I go to break, because I'm up against the break again, hypervigilance is a symptom that not automatically is diagnosed with PTSD. It's not automatically assumed as PTSD. PTSD involves a particular combination of symptoms following trauma, including intrusion symptoms, avoidance, changes in moods and thinking, and changes in arousal, activity, and requires professional assessment. So it's a difference, right? Because when somebody has PTSD, it's just like the guys that have been to war. It's a difference in somebody being, I would say, in a gang and getting shot at all the time versus somebody being in war and shot at all the time. I would say I've never been in a gang and I've never been shot at. Thank the Lord, right? That I've never been. But I would imagine they're two totally different mindsets and thought processes. Both of them trying to make it home. Both of them getting shot at, but I think it's different situations. Because the military guy, he's going to eventually leave where he is and come home. The gang member got to stay there. That's his home. So he's there all the time. He can't leave. He's stuck there, right? So I would imagine that's the difference in between the two. Example, David spent years hiding from Saul. Imagine how difficult it could become trusting people become after. Listen, I told y'all, I had a long day. I'm gonna read this. Imagine how difficult trusting people becomes afterward. After you go through all that with people, imagine how difficult that could be, y'all. I'll be right back after the break.
It's time for a vacation, and Fairway Travels is here to share great specials for you to choose from. Discover the charm and features of one of Sandal's 16 all-inclusive, luxury included, adults-only resorts, or a family-friendly beaches destination in the Caribbean. Or how about a couples resort in Jamaica? If cruising's your preference, get Thunderstroke aboard Carnival Cruise Lines or set sail on an award-winning Royal Caribbean ship. Join Virgin Voyages now for a wonderful adults-only sailing. It doesn't matter if you choose to travel by plane, train, automobile, cruise ship, or rowboat, we can help you reach your dream destination. Contact Fairway Travels today at 228-365-1012. That's 228-365-1012. Or email bookitnow247@gmail.com. Fairway Travels, where your journeys keep satisfying.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Welcome back to Man Talk 133, where men unite. Welcome to the show tonight. Anybody just tuning in, welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Tonight we're talking about walking paranoia. And for the record, I said this in the beginning, but for the record, I'm not a doctor. I'm not licensed. This is for educational purposes only. If you having some issues, don't say Man Talk 133 said nothing. Go get yourself checked out. I'm just giving you some symptoms and things about walking paranoia. How people be paranoid and all this stuff like that. That's all. That's all I'm doing, y'all. I'm just trying to educate the people. That's it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a licensed therapist. None of that. None of that. I am a licensed life coach, certified life coach. I am that, and business consultant. So, anyway, can past pain cause present paranoia? Absolutely, it can. I just read that, and it most definitely can. It can cause it. You know what I mean? So let's get into another side of this thing, right? Spiritual warfare is real. Now, everything is a mental illness. The Bible clearly teaches spiritual attacks. Ephesians 6, we wrestle against flesh, and we wrestle not against flesh and blood. But people don't know what that means. You wrestle against these spirits. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what you're wrestling against. For example, Jesus was tempted by the devil. He took him up on a high place, told him to do all these other things, you know, jump off the thing, turn this into bread and all this other stuff that he tried to get him to do. That's a spirit. That was not a mental illness. It's a spiritual thing. What Job experienced, you know, everything he went through, that was the spirit that the devil was going to and fro looking for somebody. God said, hey, consider my servant Job. You don't take his life. Don't kill him, but you can do what you want to him. Paul and Daniel got through threw into the lion's den. God was there with him. The enemy creates fear. He creates confusion, creates division, creates isolation, and accusation. So the question is, how can we tell if it is spiritual warfare instead of anxiety? How can we tell? So to answer that question, it can be hard to tell because anxiety and what Christians describe as spiritual warfare can feel similar. Fear, racing thoughts, dread, confusion, sleepiness, and feeling threatened. Now, I wouldn't use the intensity of feeling itself as proof of something spiritual is happening. I wouldn't. But it could be. I'm talking about me personally, right? So let's check this out from a Christian perspective. A useful approach is to test rather than assume. So ask what evidence supports what I'm thinking. Is there a natural explanation? Am I exhausted, stressed, grieving, under pressure, or reacting to a previous hurt? Does this thought lead me toward truth, wisdom, love, or self-control, or toward panic, accusation, isolation, and impulsive decisions? What does it lead you to? When you do that, it'll help you understand whether it's a spiritual attack or, just a paranoia. So the Bible lists several principles to help. 2 Timothy 2:1-7 emphasizes the power of love, a power of love and a sound mind. 2 Corinthians 5:10 speaks about taking thoughts captive. Every crazy thought you have, you take it captive, right? John 1:4, 1 John 4:1 says, test the spirit by the spirit to see whether it is of God. That way you can tell whether it's warfare or spiritual or whatever, right? And James 3:17 describes godly wisdom as pure, peaceable, gentle, reasonable, and sincere, right? So in other words, Christians do not require you to believe every frightening thought simply because it feels spiritual, right? It could be paranoia, because we're talking about walking paranoia. It could be paranoia. So let's go into this real quick. A practical distinction could be discernment investigates, paranoia assumes. So if it's discernment, you're going to seek the Lord a little further to get a little bit more clarification on it. Paranoia just automatically assumes somebody trying to get me. Anxiety asks, what if? Fear says something is bad is going to happen, is inevitable, is going to happen. Wisdom asks, what do I actually know? Faith says, whatever happens, I will seek God and respond wisely. So what I'm saying is that a lot of people think it could be spiritual, or think it could be paranoia, and it could be either or. It could be you thinking, I know this is spiritual, but it actually could be you paranoid about something because you operating in fear. You know what I'm saying? And some people think that they could be operating in spiritually, and it could be operating in fear, and it could be spiritual. So you got to have discernment to be able to understand that. It does not always have to be either or. A Christian can believe spiritual warfare is real while also recognizing anxiety as a genuine psychological experience. Prayer, scripture, sleep, healthy relationships, counseling, and medical care, when appropriate, don't compete with faith. So you can do all that and still not compete with what God got going on for you, right? So Satan is called the accuser, Revelations 12. Now notice, accusation is one of Satan's greatest weapons. What examples do he use? They hate you. They make you feel like people hate you. They're plotting against you. They're laughing at you. Look at them. Look at them over there laughing at you. Seriously, look at them. Nobody loves you when everybody around you tell you they love you. You can't trust no more. Can't trust nobody. I mean, you can't even trust some people that have been with you for years and years and years and years and years. It sound familiar to y'all? How we can take and let paranoia mess up friendships, ministries, all that stuff like that. That sound familiar to y'all though? How accusations can destroy churches, businesses, and friendships. Like, for example, some people can try to destroy a church by going to say that the pastor or that church over there, you know, they do a lot of whoremongering over there. I don't know if you want to go over there or not. They do a lot of lying. They do a lot of cheating over there. Last time I went over there, they beat me out of my $2. Yeah, I don't know. Like you gotta do it. You gotta have this. Sometimes you gotta go check it out. Go investigate. I don't know. Everybody else says it's good, but I'm telling you, don't go over there messing with them. You know, you can take somebody got a business that's going real good. Somebody will get one plate of food, right? And this may not even be the food that made them feel bad. They go in there and say, this place here, look at the reviews. All you gotta do is look at the reviews. Folk will tell you some crazy stuff. The place got like a 4.9. You got 2 people that want to put some crazy stuff up there talking about the food up there ain't no good. Why people do that, I don't understand, right? It's beyond me. You think about this now. Somebody can have somebody. They can pay somebody $10,000 to do some catering for them, right? And then, because they so grimy and slimy, they can put up a review and said everybody at the thing got sick from their food, and either everybody ate and got full, they request they $10,000 back. Pathetic. That is some pathetic behavior. Friendships. You know what I'm saying? Accusations can destroy friendships. You accuse your friends of doing some stuff they ain't even doing. It's like, what are you talking about? I don't know. I don't even. What? I don't even know what you're talking about. How you can go accuse me of lying, doing this and this, and I wasn't even in town then. I was out of the country. It can destroy a friendship. Accusations can do that. So now this person then got upset because you then lied on them. You've been knowing this person all your life because you're so paranoid. You're walking in paranoia. Walking paranoia. You walking and you in it. And you just think that even your friends has been around you for a while trying to get you, right? The Bible has examples of healthy suspicion. Not everyone in the scripture trusted everyone. Think about it. Jesus, he knew what was in man. He put it in him. Let's think about this. Peter betrayed him 3 times. 3. He knew he was going to do it. You know what I'm saying? He knew he was going to do it. Nehemiah, he posted guards. Joseph, he tested his brothers. David avoided Saul. He ran from Saul his whole young life, right? Avoiding. Paul would have won the churches, and they still ain't take heed to it. So, when is cautious wisdom instead of paranoia? When is caution wisdom instead of paranoia? Caution becomes wisdom. Caution becomes wisdom instead of paranoia when it responds to evidence without allowing fear to write the story. I'm going to say that again. Caution becomes wisdom instead of paranoia when it responds to evidence without allowing fear to write the story. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom says something doesn't seem right. I'm going to pay attention, gather facts, and pray and respond appropriately. Paranoia says something doesn't seem right, so I already know what they're gonna do and why they're doing it, right? So wisdom is like, hey, let's just gather the facts first before we start accusing folk, of stuff, so we won't get no defamation cases. People, let's start gathering the facts. Pray, pay attention to what they're doing. Then we're gonna respond appropriately. But if you paranoid, hey, something don't seem right, we're gonna go ahead and automatically crucify you right now. Like I know you're doing something wrong. Period. I know you are. That's what paranoia does, right? Biblically, caution is automatically fear. Proverbs 22:3 says, "The prudent see danger and take refuge." Jesus also told his disciples to be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. Matthew 6:10 and 16. Biblical wisdom recognizes danger without manufacturing danger. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me read that again. Biblical wisdom recognizes danger without manufacturing danger. I'll be right back after the break.
Stats tell that each day, 22 veterans commit suicide due to PTSD. These stats shook us and urged us to do our part. After hours and hours of thinking, Beekeeping for Veterans was born. Beekeeping for Veterans combines beekeeping with mindfulness meditation. Why combine them? Here's why. Beekeeping causes positive rush of adrenaline while beekeeping. You have to be calm during it. You are mindful of your movements. Each week, a veteran will receive a mindful meditation to build emotional and mental skill sets. Mindfulness is a set of 3 attentional skills that work together: concentration, sensory clarity, and equanimity, mental calmness, composure, evenness of temper. Every time mindfulness is practiced, we build these skills. Beekeeping for Veterans not only helps veterans overcome emotional trauma, but also aids our environment, as without bees, there is no food. Come forward. The people who have supported your country now need your support.
It's time for a Vacation and Fairway Travels is here to share great specials for you to choose from. Discover the charm and features of one of Sandals' 16 all-inclusive, luxury-included, adults-only resorts. Or a family-friendly beaches destination in the Caribbean. Or how about a couples resort in Jamaica? If cruising's your preference, get Thunderstroke aboard Carnival Cruise Lines or set sail on an award-winning Royal Caribbean ship. Join Virgin Voyages now for a wonderful adults-only sailing. It doesn't matter if you choose to travel by plane, train, automobile, cruise ship, or rowboat, we can help you reach your dream destination. Contact Fairway Travels today at 228-365-1012. That's 228-365-1012. Or email bookitnow247@gmail.com. Fairway Travels, where your journeys keep satisfying.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Welcome back to Man Talk 133, where men unite. Thank you for joining the show tonight. Hey, I really do appreciate it. Appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight, man. We're talking about walking paranoia. Everybody that's listening to me or going to listen to me have experienced paranoia at some point in their life. The thing is how do we get past that? You know, how do we make sure we don't take and go too far with these things? Some people, they're taking they go all the way with it. You know what I'm saying? They take it there, right? But anyway, let me finish out this show, y'all, because I know it's Friday and I know y'all got stuff to do. So I thank y'all for stopping for an hour to watch me. I appreciate it, y'all. Anyway. All right, so wisdom notices patterns. Paranoia creates patterns. Paranoia creates patterns where people get up through the middle of the night, check locks. They get up, they get up and looking out the window. They people, somebody walking behind me, scare them. This is what paranoia does. Wisdom notices like, hey, they keep doing this every day, doing this every day. I'm gonna watch what they doing. Some ain't right, so I'm gonna keep watching and keep a check on it, right? You know what I'm saying? And then after a while, they say, hey, you know what? I know what they doing. They delivering something to the other house. They must be delivering papers or something. They ain't keep coming out here stalking me. That's what wisdom will tell you. Paranoia already created a pattern. They ride by my house checking out, see if I'm home or not. You know what I'm saying? So the discernment says something may be wrong. Let me test it. Paranoia says something is wrong. And nothing you can tell me will change my mind. I know something wrong up in here. No, it's not. It's just you tripping. You know what I'm saying? That's why 1 Thessalonians 5:2-1 says, test everything, hold fast to what is good. Testing requires us to leave room for the possibility that our first interpretation could be wrong. The first thought about somebody could be wrong. You see them and you be like, you know what? It's something up with them. I'm gonna keep an eye on them. It's something up with them. I'm near certain there's something up with them. I'm gonna keep my eye on them. And you're wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with them. It's something wrong with you. Let's be clear about it. Let's be clear about it. Ain't nothing wrong with them. Something wrong with you. So stop it. You know what I'm saying? So before acting on a suspicion, use 4 questions first. These are the 4 questions you need to use, right? What do I know? What am I assuming? What evidence would prove me wrong? What is the wisest response if I'm right and if I'm wrong? Okay. What am I assuming? I'm assuming they following me? What evidence you got to prove them wrong? Like, have you seen them following you every day? What's the right? Now, what if they are? Then what you gonna do? What's the wisest response? What you gonna do if they are following you? What's your response gonna be? You gonna jump out of the car and pull out a pistol? Stop following me. What is your response gonna be? With your little paranoid self? Let me stop. You ain't paranoid, right? All right. So, what if I'm right? It also you also have the humility to ask, what if I'm wrong? You gotta have that. So I'm wrong. Now what? What did I do? I'm wrong. They ain't following me. Man, I apologize. I thought you was following me. So here comes some signs that you're walking in paranoia, because we're getting close to closing this thing out. You constantly assume motives. You never verify facts. You isolate yourself. You replay conversations. You cannot accept the compliments. You expect betrayal. You become emotionally exhausted. All that stuff, we've all experienced it at some point in our lives, for real. You know, because you think somebody trying to get you, what you do? You isolate yourself. I ain't gonna let you get me. Not at all. Not at all. Let me tap on this social media thing real quick. Has social media fueled paranoia? You know what I'm saying? How has it? I think it has. You know, when people unfollow you, no likes, no comments, delayed text, seen but no reply, algorithms, comparisons, cancel culture, conspiracy theories. All these things is on social media that actually has caused people to be paranoid, especially conspiracy theories. Everybody got a conspiracy theory. Not everybody. Some people have conspiracy theory. And it's crazy and it's wrong, right? Have we been? This is a really good question. I saw this when I was doing my research. This is a really good question. Have we become addicted to assuming the worst? Somebody go to the hospital, they assume they out of here. That's the first thing I gotta find. I gotta make sure they ain't gonna get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure that they ain't gonna die. I mean, they had the flu or something. Why we got to always assume the worst? Somebody in a car accident and they can't get no information right then, they freak out. The paranoia has set in and made them feel like, because we got addicted to assuming the worst instead of seeking God to assume the best, to get the best response. That's what we should be doing, right? Before I get out of here, how do we defeat paranoia naturally? First, we got to get some sleep, y'all. And sleep deprivation is a real thing. We got to get some sleep. We got to exercise. I know we don't want to. I know y'all don't want to, because I do. You got to exercise. You got to pray. got to have a community around you. You got to, if you having issues, real severe issues like that, you got to get counseling. You got to journal, write your stuff down. Make sure you keep a journal of the events that's going on, so you'll know what's going on, where you having progress or not. If you ain't having no progress, go ahead and seek a counselor. If you're having progress and you writing stuff down, you'll be good, right? Truth checking, check the truth, make sure it's the truth. Healthy communication. Ask instead of assuming. Let me just go ahead and ask and see, make sure that and make sure that what they saying is right, and make sure I heard it right. All right, spiritual weapons. You got prayer, fasting, reading the Bible, worship, wise counsel, confession, repentance, forgiveness, renewing your mind. Romans 12 and verse 2. This is what you should do, according to 2 Corinthians 10. Take every thought captive. Every thought captive. You gotta do that. And you know, I've said this one time before, man, and I have been trying to put this. Let me see if I can find it again, y'all. I swear it's a scripture that talks about journaling, right? And I said one time that I was going to read it on the show, and every time I said I'm going to read this thing on the show, guess what? I can't never find this scripture. I'm talking about every time. I'll be looking for it, and I cannot find it. And so this time, tonight, before I get off this show, I'm going to read this scripture about journaling. It's a real scripture in there about journaling, y'all. And I think you know what? I'm going to find this scripture for y'all, because I keep trying to tell y'all, I keep telling y'all, this is it right here. Jeremiah 36 and verse 2. Take thee a roll of a book, and write therein all the words that I have spoken unto thee against Israel, and against Judah, and against all the nations, from the day I spoke unto thee, from the days of Josiah, even to this day. That's journaling. Just like with us, we journal. Like, you know, people write stuff down. They write everything down. So listen, before I get out of here, y'all, listen. I want to thank y'all for joining the show. For sure. I really appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. If you're dealing with paranoia, walking paranoia, get it checked. I mean, it's easy to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel like something off, go check with a counselor or something. You know what I mean? To make sure you get yourself together. So listen, before I get out of here, thank y'all for joining. Man Talk 133, where men unite. Don't forget to check out all my platforms. YouTube, Man Talk 133. Facebook, Us Talking. Instagram, Man Talk 133. Pandora, Man Talk 133. Amazon, Man Talk 133. iHeart, Man Talk 133. Player FM, Castbox, all of them. Man Talk 133. Don't forget, got the clothing. I got it together, and once I get my domain set, bam, y'all gonna have it. Then I'll put it up here for y'all to check it out. Hey, thanks for joining Man Talk 133. Until next time, I'm gone. God bless y'all. Peace.
Hi, I'm Beaker with Military Broadcast Radio TV. We're your virtual MWR, bringing veterans radio, podcasts, gaming, animation, 3D printing, and a community that never leaves you behind. Download our Roku or mobile app today.
Wisdom to share if you listen this week, so pull up a chair and stay for a spell. We're heading down a trail where good stories dwell.